Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wyatt from Fight Society is going live. What's going on, guys? We're here. We got some big news to cover. We got, a fucking fresh cut on some type shit you wouldn't understand. But also, oh, shit, dude, my fucking camera, it does not stay in place these days. I need to get a new one. Rats. Hate that. Hate that. There we go. Okay, okay. All right. At 149, he did not try to make weight. No, he thought he was going to miss weight and that Patricio Pitbull was going to take the fight anyway. And I'll tell you what happened. This same thing happened with, some guy that was going to fight Jackson McVeigh at like 313 or 314, something like that. He fucking missed by like 8 pounds, which means the UFC calls and they go, we need somebody on short notice. Can you make weight? And they go, yeah, I got you. And they fucking know they can't make weight. And they say they will just to get the UFC contract. And they'll be like, fuck it. I fucking hope I'll get close. And they don't get close. On some type of shit you wouldn't understand. Need the money, yeah, put it in my hand. Man, I'll tell you guys, shit is freaking busy AF in the world of Wyatt from Fight Society. We got Fight Society. God damn, bro, my fucking camera. God damn. Just stay in place for an hour. God damn. I'll stop touching it. All right? Damn. I hate that shit. John Dong, what's going on? Trigger. On some type of shit you wouldn't understand. Need the money. Hold on, let me charge my phone. On some type of shit you wouldn't understand. Bum, 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 bum. John Dong, what's going on? Diego, what's going on? We're live. I know I don't go live as often these days. Got to have my full-time job. Also got to build up this Fight Society thing. And, yeah, you know, videos are the way to get that done. Videos that live on my channel forever. I prefer streaming to a certain degree. It's more fun. Less editing and things like that. But, hey, we got to grow the channel. And we're moving. Boys, we're fucking moving. We hit 5K subs. Flew right past that shit. I like to think I'm like 6 to 12 months from doing this full-time. That's the optimistic side of me, saying that I'm going to be doing this full-time in like 6 months. TJ Dillashaw for his flaws said, 1 pound I got you, 2 pounds get better trainers, 3 pounds you're looking for a way out. It's almost like 3 pounds you shouldn't even have started cutting weight in the first place. 4 pounds, shit like that, you shouldn't even have started. You shouldn't even have taken the fight. It's fucking disrespectful to everybody involved, you know? But yeah, here's Patricio Pitbull's take on the matter. He said, I did my part, but my opponent didn't do his. I was called on short notice, traveled, dealt with jet lag, and made weight. My opponent was at home, had 3 more hours to try, and chose not to. I would like to fight on the UFC Rio card. I'll face anyone who makes weight. So, obviously, you know, you take a fight, you got to fly from Brazil to Paris, and you take the fight on like 3-4 weeks notice to help beef up this card a little bit against a freaking champion, from a double champion, I think, from another promotion, and Losene Keita, and the guy doesn't make weight. I'd be pissed too. Yeah, Keita's off. Actually, Keita he got cut from the UFC also. He missed weight by 3 pounds. They canceled the fight and cut him from the UFC. Yeah, we got some stuff to get to. Losene Keita got cut from the UFC. Brian Battle just signed with the PFL. There we go. Gotta fucking DM some of my viewers back. Y'all know how it is. Y'all hit me on Instagram, I'll hit you back. Wait, Keita is off. I know people were rating him highly. Yeah, he's supposedly a big deal. Octagon's a good promotion. He was a champ there. And he fucking missed weight and got cut, dude. What a bum. Y'all also peep this fucking shiner I got right here? I got this fucking shiner from sparring the other day. Couple of training partners can't get cut when you never fought. Well, I mean, he was still under UFC contract, Jake. That's why they booked the fight. He still has to sign a contract, so. But shit, a couple of my sparring partners got fights coming up in like 3 weeks, so we've been sparring fucking hella hard. And yeah, a little shiner on the eye there. I almost broke my nose a couple weeks too. Yeah, the sparring's been fucking hard the last couple weeks. But I don't necessarily love hard sparring, but when you have people with fights coming up, you're like, yeah, I'm down. Let's scrap. Not for the sake of hurting each other, obviously, but for the sake of getting those real life reps in, especially one of the guys that I'm sparring with. It's his first fight, and so I'm trying to get him ready for the intensity of it. I'm not saying I'm killing him in the gym, but at least been like letting him feel something, because I don't want the first time he gets punched hard to be in the cage and he doesn't know what to do. So how do you do worse than Pitbull, Pico, and Patchy? You fucking don't make weight. At least the other guys made weight. Can't get out of all the upcoming fights. What do you think the next big upset will be? Pereira over Ankalaev. Let me look at the odds on that. Let me peep the odds on that, bucko. What do we got? No odds yet? Okay, hold on. Somebody give me odds. Here we go. CBS Sports. Plus 160. That's all Pereira is a plus 160. I thought he'd be a little bit bigger. I think people are pretty high on him. And fucking Yuri Prohaska is only a minus 180. I think he's going to cook Khalil Roundtree. God damn. Yeah, dude, unfortunately, I think that Gon has a good chance against Aspinall too, and then I fucking can't wait. Fucking can't wait to hear John Jones or see John Jones on Twitter for the next... Like, let's see. Okay, FanDuel has Aspinall at... Here, let me switch my screen real quick. Whoopsies, sorry, didn't mean to hit the break screen. But let's see. FanDuel's got him at... plus 320 for Gon, minus 460. We're seeing a lot of around minus 400. Minus 500 is fucking insane. That's fucking absolutely insane. Fight Society, man. Bro is currently game planning to beat Chimaev. Bro, I've been game planning to beat Chimaev since he busted on the regional scene. He ain't got shit on me. I'm excited for the one championship card in the NFL Brazil game today. Yeah, my dad was talking about that NFL Brazil game today. One championship's going to be fucking middle of the night, though. I don't know if I can swing that. Chargers versus Chiefs. Oh, damn, they're doing that shit on YouTube. That's actually pretty tight. That's actually pretty tight. People think Aspinall is going to just take down Gon, but we haven't seen Aspinall wrestle that much in his fights. How do we know he's a good wrestler? I mean, submitted Volkov, I guess that's not like, and submitted Arlovsky. So like we've seen him wrestle a little bit, but I don't think that means he's like some top flight wrestler. Like I'm not saying he's a John Jones level wrestler, because that's definitely not the case. On some type of shit you wouldn't understand. Need the money, yeah, put it in my hand. Remember the talk that Battle was planning to get cut to get a big name in dirty boxing? There's no way that was true. There's literally no way that that was true. Hold on one sec. Mystic MMA. Let me find it real quick. Gon is quicker, but I doubt he is a more skilled wrestler than Volkov. True. True. Yeah. Honestly, Gon might be even easier. I'm sorry, Volkov is a little bit taller and lankier, less muscular. It might be a little bit easier to get to the hips on Volkov than it would be for Gon, for Aspinall. So we'll see. By the way, my camera's hella shaky. Fucking every time I touch my desk, my camera shakes. I have an extra camera. I'll replace it after the stream. It's too late now. It's fucking too late now, yeah? He was sick, yeah? Aspinall does not need to wrestle. He outstruck Volkov. Yeah, that's true. But wait, hold on. Let me find this Losene Keita getting cut. One sec. I'm moving around between topics a little too fast. Losene Keita, bitch ass getting cut. All right, hold on. Let's see who posted it. Oh, you know what? No, he's not. He didn't officially get cut. He sent. I think I misinterpreted his Instagram. He said, "Dear fans, I need to start by saying sorry to everyone, to Pitbull and his team, UFC Hunter and the fans. I'm so sorry that I let you down. In 25 fights, I've never missed weight. I have always been professional with weight, with the promotions and to my opponents. I've made 5 title fights, 2 of them at featherweight where there is no allowance, and I've never missed weight. Unfortunately, this happened when it couldn't never happen on my UFC debut. I'm truly sorry. This was the first and last time in my career that this will happen. I'm devastated with this, and I just hope the UFC will give me another chance because I live for this. This is my dream." Then fucking make weight, dude. If this is your dream. You should have just told the UFC you couldn't make weight, and they would have put you on the fucking Rio card against the same guy. But you're French. You wanted to fight in Paris, and when Hunter Campbell fucking called, you lied and said you could make weight. But with that said, he has not been officially cut, and I apologize. I may have misquoted. I may have read a misquote, or I might have seen real true Ben King who be throwing the meme announcements up. But this is what's interesting right here is it's official too. PFL's posted it. Brian Battle as a middleweight. He is, whoever said that though, he is probably, where's the Battle one? Battle's probably on a pretty good deal in the PFL. He's probably on a pretty good deal. You know, he got that quick paycheck with Dirty Boxing, and now he's with the PFL. But PFL is exclusive contracts. That means he is not coming back to the UFC. Bro's getting passed around like a blunt. Yeah, I feel. Yeah, that's a funny ass comment. He is though. He went fucking UFC to Dirty Boxing to PFL in 3 weeks. And he even commented himself, the lore is off the charts. And you know what sucks about fucking, you know what sucks about a situation like this is the UFC's not even going to want him back at this point. And PFL, who's probably paying him a pretty penny, he doesn't even really want to be there. He's probably looking at this as a path back to the UFC, and the UFC's like, pfft. Yeah, remember that guy that cut a sick promo in Paris a long time ago and missed weight 6 times? Or whatever the fuck it was? Aspinall fought a much worse version of Volkov. He's improved so much since then. That's true as well. If Akbar Abdullayev comes to the UFC, he would be my hardcore glazing fighter. For sure, he's from one championship, right? Am I wrong? Is he a 145er? Is that what it is? Let me look. Is he a 145er? Am I tripping? Abdullah. How do I spell that shit? No, Akbar. Akbar Abdullayev. Lightweight. Okay. 155er. Yeah, his last weigh-in. NA. NA on his last weigh-in. What the hell? What the hell? My new watch on Prezi. Diamonds on Baguetti. What the hell? What the fucky? Pull a Maybach trucky. All right, let's see. Show me the event. Oh, my God. You fucking tards, bro. Oh, my God. Hold on. Who the hell is Hemmetsberger? Strawweight Muay Thai World Championship. It's only got 5 fights on it? Oh, no, it's not. I'm lying. Let's see. Oh, fucking Jackie Boontan, bro. She trains. I shouldn't dox myself like this, but Jackie Boontan trains 5 minutes from my house. I know a few of her training partners. Brian Battle versus the Scales. Yeah, the fucking biggest showdown ever. UFC White House main event. And Brian Battle tries to make weight live on national TV. Are there people in other promotions that you rate highly that you think would do well? Yeah, Luke Riley, but he just got signed. Luke Riley from Cage Warriors, he just got signed. Fucking Losene Keita was one of them. Who else? I should do a video about guys from other promotions that would do well. Because I did it before the PFL Bellator merger. Or before PFL started cutting guys. And I think I made a video about like how would Patchy Mix and shit like that do in the UFC. Maybe I planned it. I can't remember if I did it. Shamil Musayev, Shamrock. Yeah, that's true. Josh Silvera's pretty good. Big Boars MMA. What's going on? What the fucky? Pull up Maybach trucky. I think he's 140. Oh, when I think of Too Stone to think of his mistakes, I think of Brian Battle. True. I think he has 145 with weight cutting. Maybe they do Battle versus Doumbé in Paris. Okay. Frivola versus Kyle Nelson for October 18th is a weird fight. Let me look at Big Marcel. But that Akbar Abduliev guy, 12-0. Let's see. He's 27 years old, 12-0 with 12 finishes. 12-0 with 12 finishes. 11 KOs, 1 sub. Yeesh. I mean, he is fighting in one championship, though. There is some fucking bums that he goes up against, though. 0-0. 0-0, 1-3, 1-5, 5-2, 4-1, 8-4, 1-0, 6-0 fighting a guy that's 1-0, not so good. Most of his last 4 opponents have pretty good records. Last 5 opponents. Yeah, so they built him up. Yeah, this guy's good. Yeah, Shamrock is good. Luke Riley. Shit. Who's the other Octagon guy that's really good? Hold on. Oh, Will Fleury at heavyweight. Yeah, Will Fleury. Will Fleury's the double champ, light heavyweight and heavyweight. He would do well. Dude, fucking Mahmoud Muradov. You guys remember him? He was in the UFC and he lost and poked a guy in the eye, and then some shit about him being like a gay porn star or something. If I remember correctly, do you guys remember that? Frederick Vosgrove. Yeah, he's Patty Pimblett on steroids. He'd be good too. True. But he's big, right? Frederick Vosgron. He's big. Yeah, he's a 205er. Okay. Yeah. Roided out Patty Pimblett. But he was supposed to fight Tom Breese. Okay. Dang, he does have a lot of experience despite being 4-0 in fighting, in actual fighting. His jiu-jitsu record's kind of long. Let's see. Who else they got at that gym? He trains at Abus Magomedov's gym. Who else they got? Dang, they got a lot of pros at this gym. Abus Magomedov seems to be the only big name there. I'm scrolling through it. Fuck, they got a lot of fighters at that gym. Some gyms, I'm like, dang, you guys got like 80 pro fighters, and you're not even that like well-known of a gym. All right. I think he made hydration, but missed championship weight by 0.5 pounds. Oliveira maxing. His fight versus Tank Kai was probably the most dominant challenger performance I've seen before DDP versus Chimaev, for sure. I like Battle, hope and think he will do well in PFL. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, man, if you can't help yourself, if you can't make weight, you can't help yourself. How do I cheer for you? Obviously, that does not apply to our savior, our Lord and Savior, Charles Oliveira. But anyways, if Battle can't make weight in PFL, I don't know what he does. He's got to go back to dirty boxing. He fought a guy that's a 3-9 MMA fighter in dirty boxing. Federic Groskov, yeah. Yes, Mahmoud Muradov did gay porno. Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like he got cut from the UFC. Dude, didn't he get like kicked out of his gym or something? Hold on. Mahmoud Muradov. I swear. He got like kicked out of his gym or some shit. Oh, he pulled out of a fight with Alex Pereira, I think, too, or Michel Pereira. I can't remember which Pereira it was. Let me look at his. Hold on. Let me look at his fucking Tapology. Oh no, Michel Pereira, and he was supposed to fight Joyelton Lutterbach, who also got cut from the UFC. He lost to Kyle Bohalio. He lost to GM3. Okay, he's not that good. He beat Brian Barberena. Scott Ashcam in Octagon. Okay. Yeah, never mind. I might have overhyped him. Slot in as a beast, and he's going to stick in KSW. He has a fat contract. Yeah, dude, that's the thing is that I remember I first heard Guru talk about it like a year ago about how the UFC doesn't go to like Czech Republic because they've done events in Prague. Sorry, I was checking my phone. But they've done events in Prague. They've done events in Poland. And like they haven't done those in a while. And it's kind of because KSW and Octagon actually sell tickets there. Why did Gaethje have to take the chins of all the UFC gingers? All the other gingers have glass chins. All right, give me a ginger with a glass chin in the chat, please. Benoit staff. He's not for this fight. Benoit had staff for the Poirier fight. Does he really have it again? Nah, a year ago. Oh, shit, yeah. And then they said he had it for that Kyle Prepelec fight in Canada. Damn, bro. Shower after training, you nasty fuck. Benoit Sandinini might have staff again. With Eddie Hall having his success in KSW, I'd like to see him move to the UFC. Against who? He has to make 265. Eddie Hall's like 400 pounds, bro. And he said that he would have to cut to 300 to make the Dylan Dennis fight happen in Misfits. There's literally no fucking way Eddie Hall ever makes 265. As sick as that would be to see him fight somebody, like see him fight a Shamil Gaziev, Eddie Hall, Shamil Gaziev, but nah, he can't make 265. He's too big. I hope every French fighter loses tomorrow because of how they were at that press conference. Yeah, true. You think Alex will beat Big Onk? I don't think he will necessarily, but I hope he does. Because we gotta get Pereira with a belt. Then we can start talking about Aspinall Pereira as like the White House main event or some shit like that, you know? Roberto Soldich, yeah, but he's at one championship and he looks fucking roided up, dude. This motherfucker. I'm sorry I'm late. I just don't give a fuck, yeah? UFC are lazy now. Now they used to travel all over Europe before the lame Apex. KSW also has some of the most exciting. Oh, the Apex, which is my favorite. Bro, that was literally when I saw Rogan say that, I was like, he's got to be trolling. But everyone was grilling him for that shit. I was like, Rogan's got to be trolling. He's not seriously sitting here saying the Apex is his favorite. But that, if he means that, oh man, if he means that shit, dude, get him out. Get him out. Go. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't want you. Don't need you. Go. Bryce, Bo, and Frivola like to get finished. True. The Blob, the Goat, Shamil squashes Hall in 3 seconds. Pretty much. Frivola's chin is dog shit, dude. Frivola got freaking tapped by Benoit Saint-Denis on that head kick. Fuck him, yeah? Fucking glass jaw. Ah. It was too funny when Lucas Tracy was hyping Solditch and he got KO'd in the first. Yeah. But, guys, Lucas Tracy is not like a... He's literally just rage baiting all the time. Literally everything. All the time, rage bait. I just don't give a fuck, yeah? Dude, the UFC fucking copyright claimed my Fighting Nerds documentary that I dropped yesterday. I disputed them because it falls under fair use. But yeah, I woke up, I saw 5 copyright claims on one video. I was like, God damn, hold on, let's sort this out. We can do business. We can do business, UFC. Tracy is Tracy, man. That's what I'm saying. Lucas is the goat of recency bias. Yeah, I know, bro. I've been seeing the memes of how people used to talk about... Let me find it. Because people were talking about... Or not people. Lucas Tracy was talking about Benoit Saint-Denis like he was freaking King Von, bro. They tried to get my ass, bro. I swear. Someone gets a decent modern day win. He's top 20 all time. I know. It's fucking nuts. Dude, hey, do any of you guys follow? I've had no communication with this guy. I know he's a YouTuber too. I just think he's so fucking hilarious, bro. This guy, Tony Has Died on IG. Do any of you guys follow Tony Has Died? Fucking, he posted this the other day, dude. Hold on, where is it? Where's the fucking... Oh, here it is.
I'm joking. Benoit Saint-Denis is going to knock out Dustin Poirier in the second round. I think he's going to take Dustin Poirier down in the first. I think he is going to feel like a mountain on Dustin Poirier. That's right. Benoit Saint-Denis is a massive lightweight. He's going to feel super heavy on Dustin Poirier. He's going to weigh him down. He's going to hold him down. He's going to beat him up in the clinch, up against the fence. He's going to kick the body of DP. He's going to make him real uncomfortable. The second round will hit. Dustin Poirier is going to be tired. Benoit Saint-Denis is going to be fresh. He's going to be the guy that was having success early. He'll be able to eat the power from Dustin early, too, because he has a granite chin. He'll take DP down. He'll beat him up a little bit down there. He'll get close to submissions. Maybe DP gets up. He's exhausted. Benoit's getting more confident as the fight progresses. Any head kick KOs Dustin Poirier. Or maybe he gets him with a knee in the clinch. Face planting Dustin.
I swear even Lucas doesn't take his take seriously. But yeah. Anyways, mad love for Tony Is Dead. He's probably my favorite MMA meme page right now because I feel like, there's I make videos about UFC predictions, breakdowns, deep dives, things like that, and I know he makes videos as well. But I feel like everything is super corporate these days. I feel like there's not as many meme pages as there was like 3 years ago. I just feel like shit was really popping with the MMA meme pages like during COVID especially. But Tony Has Died. Be staying with the videos and the streams. I fuck with it. Do you think the UFC... He's 2 wins away from being the GOAT. True. Besides Fluffy, is there anyone that Lucas Tracy has hyped up that has actually been successful? Yeesh. Lucas put Armin top 20 of all time. Yeah, that's fucking ridiculous. I like the Apex for a change of pace, not title fights, but seeing the fighters initiate grappling and get them to their corner for advice is fun. Yeah, if they did like one Apex event every like 6 weeks, if they did like 7 or 8 Apex events a year, I'd be fine with it. But it's tough when they go week off and then they go Apex, week off, Apex. Like that. Those like 5-week stretches sometimes that they have. They did it during August, bro. They did a week off. If I'm not mistaken, they did a week off, and then they did Tatsudo Taira versus Hyung Sung Park, which was supposed to be Amir Albazi. And then they did Dolidze and Hernandez, which was a good fight and a good card. And I think they did like a week off or like some bullshit like China or some shit like that. Yeah, that's what it was. They did China. Oh, no, it was 319, then China, which started in the middle of the night. So August felt a little light, I'm not going to lie, despite the DDP Hamzat. And then I'm not trying to be a UFC hater, but we don't even have a pay-per-view in September. We got Paris this weekend. What do we have next week? Holy shit. Am I tripping? Who's our main event next week? UFC. No, not UFC.com. UFC. I just want to see the cards. Oh, we got fucking Noche next week and Canelo versus Crawford. And then after that, we have a week off, and then we have the Perth card, and then we have Ankalaev Pereira. October is what we got to get to. October is what we got to get to, for show. Damn, dude, I want to fucking do a fight companion for Paris tomorrow because it starts kind of early, but it's fucking, I'm going to the USC football game tomorrow. I have to, and that's at 4:30, so I'd have to leave before the main event, you know? I couldn't stay the whole, 4 hours because the game starts at 4:30. I got to leave for the game at, 3. There's no way they sneak the whole main card in 3 hours. Depends on how many fights are on the main card. Never heard of the little folk, yeah? Well, he's a good meme page. You should follow it. Yeah, I've been watching his YouTube. I'm subscribed to him. Yeah, I fuck with him heavy. Tony Has Died is cool. Lucas has been talking like BSD was destined to be the future GOAT. Lucas has the worst takes of all time. His GOAT list gave me cancer. I'm pretty sure that GOAT list was solely rage bait. I know it sparked a big debate, but here, let me see how many fights are on this main card. I know I'm jumping all over the place. I've had 2 coffees and no food. I'm a bit all over the place today, guys. Okay, main cards got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, shit. Okay, and it starts at 12. There's no way they do it in 3 hours. Am I wrong? The GOAT convo is so annoying, in my opinion. Yeah, because there's just so many things, and you can move the goalposts. You can say, well, this guy had a lot of decisions, so he didn't really put guys away. Or you can also say, oh, this guy had a lot of decisions, so he was able to dominate for 5 rounds, which means he's really skilled. You can just move the goalposts for however you feel, or for whatever fighter you like. That's why the GOAT conversation gets so fucking annoying, is because there's nothing productive that ever comes of it, you know? I really like watching Lucas's videos, but when I see a GOAT list, I can just never click on it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did a fucking, the real MMA. I think I did a top 10. I did, top 10 fighters of all time. I remember it. I think I put Conor McGregor in the top 10 for Rage Bait. But I do think he's top 10. Hold on. Yeah. I did make both of those videos. Yeah, 8 months ago. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I made 10, the one I mentioned earlier. I did 10 PFL Bellator fighters that we need to see in the UFC, and then I did 10 best fighters in UFC history. I had a little bit of rage bait, not going to lie. In hindsight, I'd probably put Kamaru Usman higher than I did. You know what sucks, though, is I was feeling really high on Jordan Vucenic, and he got cut. He went 0-2 and got cut. The way Lucas disrespects GOATs like Anderson Silva truly disgusts me. He started watching MMA in the pandemic and has never gone back and watched anything from before 2018. Yeah, I mean, I came around late, dude. I came around, McGregor era is what made me a fan. And then I started, fighting myself in, the pandemic. I started fighting myself, early pandemic, 2019, 2020. So, I mean, I came in late, but I went back and, got up to speed, Because, to me, everything started after, McGregor Mendes. That's that was when UFC fandom started. Maybe even McGregor Aldo was what got me into it. But Yeah, no, I went back and watched everything. Trust. If you guys know, there's a YouTube channel called Larone, Larone. He does like best moments, where it's like a 30-minute, 20-minute like mini documentary on fights that happened. It's good stuff, dude. It's good stuff. Apex would be fine if the cage wasn't smaller, makes it a different sport. Yeah, and if they had literally just like 2,000 fans. I know that's like a big ask to turn a warehouse into a small arena, but if they could just do that, like if they could just let fans come in, the cards could even be not as good as they are now. If you could let the fans in at like $100 a ticket, where it's not some $4,500 VIP package, then like you would actually get people that want to go to the, you'd have people. I mean, imagine having 2,000 fans for Contender Series. The fights are already sick on Contender Series, you know? It's not UFC's fault for not having a pay-per-view this month. It was supposed to be in Mexico, but the arena wasn't ready, so they had to move it to last minute to San Antonio. Well, they were going to do September 20th, which is the week they're taking off. It was going to be that week, but then when that didn't happen, they moved it to 13th in San Antonio, and then they're also not going to, they weren't going to do it. They could have done a pay-per-view. They could have done a pay-per-view in San Antonio, whatever, but they don't want to go head-to-head with Canelo Crawford. They're starting Noche UFC at like 3 p.m. It starts at like 3 p.m. so that they don't have to compete with Canelo Crawford. Remember when everyone said BSD would destroy Patty? Where are they now? True. Georgia Southern 62, USC not. Bro, watch. Dude, USC is definitely fucking. Hold on. I'm telling you, bro. Dude, SC's a 4-touchdown favorite. Get out of here. 4.5 touchdown favorite. And Georgia Southern just lost to Fresno State 42-14. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Not complaining about no pay-per-view to save money. Love Silva versus Lopes, but hate to see one lose. Yeah, we're going to be eating good that day, bro. We're going to have Noche in the morning / afternoon, or like I guess afternoon, and then Canelo Crawford at night. Fucking sick. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, my phone's charging on the floor, so when I see it light up, I'm fucking looking over there. It might be. Hop Arrow MMA made a video about why he hates the GOAT convo. I liked that video. Let me peep. Hop Arrow MMA makes good videos. See, he made the ultimate MMA YouTubers tier list, and I didn't make it because I'm not big enough yet. Meaning the channel's got to get bigger to where I get mentioned in these conversations, you know? Or some type of shit you won't understand. Need the money, put it in my hand. Type shit. Achievement-wise, no one will be greater than the champs of the past. GSP and Silva fought when a title fight in their second fight was possible. True, yeah. Guys would get one win, and they'd be like, yeah, fuck it, this fucking guy out of Montreal. And then I've seen people say you can't include John Jones in the GOAT convo because he's a scumbag and not a good person. Well, you can include him in the GOAT convo, or you can exclude him from the GOAT convo for the steroid stuff, but just being a bad guy, not necessarily. That doesn't really make that much sense, in my opinion. You got to give me a real reason. Like, you know. Fight Society definitely going to end up on Mount Rushmore. That's what I'm saying, dog. So I'm saying, bro, the UFC, they sent the CIA after my Fighting Nerds video. That shit flopped. I was doing numbers, bro. Thank you guys, bro. That Craig Jones video I did numbers. And the Derek Moneyberg video did pretty good. But the Craig Jones video, bro, I have my, let me see. I know I'm such a numbers guy. It's so fucking annoying, but I've done 3 out of my top 4 videos in the last, like, 4 weeks. It's pretty fucking dope. Because I was in Colorado less than 4 weeks ago. Less than a month ago. And that's when I did the JP Bays video. Rocco Taco, dude. Gang. What's up? Rocco Taco in the chat, dude. It's good to see the boys. I got to stream more often. I say this every time and then I don't find time to stream, but, you know, we might have a little bit of a switch up in the schedule for the biggest racks right here. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. What do you think about the argument that Jones can't be the GOAT because he has PED or because he was on PEDs? I think it's valid. It just depends. Because I say if you exclude PED users, Mighty Mouse is the GOAT or GSP. Probably GSP. I've said GSP. But if the if you do include those people, then, or if you, sorry, fucking train of thought. If you do include people on PEDs, then 100% absolutely yes, John Jones is the GOAT. Don't watch football anymore. I just remember that after Pete Carroll left, they forgot how to win. Yeah, in some ways. That's true. I'm not going to. USC football history. Okay. Let's see the last few years, all right? Bum. Okay, let's see. 7-6 last year, L. 8-5, kind of an L. 11-3, not bad. But dude, it was the years with Clay Helton where shit got fucking rough. 10-3, 11-3, those were under Sarkisian recruiting classes. And then 5-7, 8-5, 5-1 during COVID, and then 4-8, bro. God. Lane Kiffin, we had a couple of good seasons, but yeah, Pete Carroll under Pete Carroll, dude, fucking 11-2, 12-1, 13-0, 12-1, 11-2, 11-2, 12-1, 9-4 in his last season. And then we had fucking bowl ineligible seasons, but yeah, Clay Helton was the rough one, dude. I'm telling you. SC's good this year though, dude. Fucking, I'm sorry, not to make this a football talk, but the QB Mayava really good. Their QB or their running back, their RB1, I think it's Elijah Jones is his name. He's good as well. The defense is good. They had the best quarterback recruit in the class last year, true freshman, 18 years old. He played like most of the second half last week. Craig Jones needs to be on the good sort of on some sort of good drugs. He believes that competitive grappling can be a profitable draw. It is if the money is sponsor based and not ticket based. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's sponsor based, because here's the one thing I know I've talked about this a little bit, but what happens with a lot of these regional promotions, they don't fucking sell tickets either. They sell 500 tickets or something like that. That's not enough to pay employees. That's not enough to... It was Hussein Longstreet. He went 9 for 9, 69 yards and a touchdown. And Mayava went 15 for 18, 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Dang, they had a lot of guys get carries. King Miller, four carries for 80 yards. Wayman Jordan, 5 for 42. Yeah, okay. Anyways, these regional promotions and these CJI type things, the sponsors are way more in it, like involved, than just being a sponsor, especially like Cage Fury FC. Just like, for example, I'm not saying them specifically, but that type of promotion, the Fight Pass promotion, they get a little bit of money on usage rights for UFC Fight Pass that helps them stay afloat. But when you have like freaking Game Bread FC brought to you by, I don't know, some shit, Celsius Energy, their sponsorship money is what's floating the event. Or, you know, I'm just using examples. I'm not using specifics, but something like Dirty Boxing, something like CJI, they get enough ad placements to cover the cost of the event and pay people a lot for competing. Like, I think the winners get $1 million or whatever it was. But overall, kind of tough to make it a profitable thing, because if you're doing them regularly, not once a year, like if you're doing CJI once a year, you can go to these brands that'll sponsor a big jiu-jitsu tournament and be like, hey, can we get this $100,000 check just once, and you won't hear from me till next year. Here, it's hard for them to be like, oh yeah, we need a monthly drip of like 50K to make this work. Usually that's not going to go well. But that's what happens. The sponsors are actually in it more than you'd think from like a sponsorship standpoint or from an ownership standpoint. You know? Dang, we've just been chatting for a minute now. I haven't even gotten to McGregor. Dude, that's funny. He put fucking Hopero MMA put MMA Joey at the bottom of his tier list. Fuck, I got a stomach ache. That's what happens when you have 2 coffees and no food. But did you guys see fucking Bryce Mitchell respond to Ilya Taporia on the PBD podcast like fucking months after the fact? Look, watch this. Watch this.
The champion Ilya Taporia basically calls me a fool for believing that the earth is flat when God says that the earth is flat and he made the earth flat. So Ilya, remember, you're not arguing with me about flat earth when you're on PBD's podcast.
Bro, fucking every time Bryce Mitchell has an edgy video where he's talking about flat earth or this, that, and the other, it always fucking... Don't get me wrong, Bryce is super based. And compared to Bryce Mitchell, I'm not that based, but I'm pretty based. But to hear that kid in the back, just hear him fucking yammering about flat earth and shit, dude, come on now.
You're arguing with
It's
God.
sad.
It starts out with Genesis. You fool, you need to read the first page because it talks about the firmament 9 times on the first page of the Bible, Ilya. 9 times. In Genesis, it says firmament right here. Now, Ilya, since the word firmament is used 9 times in Genesis and you're so smart, tell me what the firmament is.
Here's my issue with Bryce doing this shit, bro. I want to go fishing with Bryce too. Guys, I'm telling you, guys, hear me out. The channel is growing. People are noticing. That's how I'll say it. But I'm trying to set up collabs, okay? I have a former UFC fighter that I'm actually like friends with outside of like all this like YouTube and fighting stuff. I have a former UFC fighter. We train at the same gym. He got cut recently and then he won a fight for Fury FC and then he actually fucking tore his ACL in training, so he's been out for like a year, but he's going to be making his return on a regional promotion in he says October, either October 14th or October 4th or October 20th, some shit like that. October 6th or October 20th. Like we're going to do like a podcast together, not like consistently, but we're going to do a podcast episode together and we're going to do like a training vlog. But I got collabs on the way. I just like, you see, I got 5K subs now. I'm building things up. Part of that is I haven't done a collab in any way, minus the full card predictions that I've done and collab streams that I've done with like Fight Night Frankie. I did that podcast appearance with Making the Walk. Shout out to them. They're super cool. But I wanted to build this up where the audience was coming to hear my takes. I didn't want to build this up. I won't say his name, but an MMA creator that built his channel up on I won't say his name, but I'm not that cool with him anymore, honestly, for a few reasons that I won't talk about on camera. Just like some shady shit in regards to like YouTube and times that I helped him out, things like that, and then it kind of bit me in the ass a little bit. And Anyways, yeah, there's all this behind the scenes drama with MMA YouTube. But, he built his channel on interviews. And then when he couldn't get big name interviews anymore, or the big name interviews didn't do well, he was fucked, So that's part of why I haven't done really any collabs with other creators. But I do want to. I'd rather collab with fighters than YouTubers, to be honest. Fighters are hard to nail down with times and things like that. But YouTubers are wishy-washy. You'll have a full-on conversation with them. And you'll be like, cool, we're going to work together. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then you won't hear from them. They'll just drop off the face of the earth for 6 months. And then be like, yo, bro, my bad. I got busy. Shit like that, So, anyways. Yeah. Why is it not streaming to my... Why is this not streaming to my Twitter account? What's going on there? Oh, it is. Okay. Submission Radio, yeah, they're cool. Hold on, let me reach out to them. Submission Radio, they do good. They do good stuff. Oh no, Submission Radio is not the person I'm talking about. I won't say who, but I will. I'll say when it's not somebody, because I don't want any bad. I don't really want any terrible, things floating around like, oh yeah, this little bitch ass YouTuber Wyatt from Fight Society was yapping shit. But I yap shit regardless. But let me reach out to them. I fuck with them. But no, just to be clear, it was not. Ooh, bro, hold on. There's some good shit here. Hold on. Rigo, no, fucking hell no. I would never help Rigo, bro. Weirdo. Fuck that guy. Rigo's a weirdo. Rigo's a fucking weirdo in a million ways. But I found somebody that was okay, hold on. We might need to talk about this. Submission Radio exclusive. Wrestler who pulled Rajah Jackson off of Stu on what really happened. Bro. No, not James Lynch. No. Me and him have messaged a little bit before, though. He subscribes to me, and I saw it on the YouTube back end. And I reached out to him, and I was like, yo, bro, thank you for fucking subscribing, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah, I fuck with your videos and all that. And we were potentially going to do a podcast together in Seattle. It just couldn't work out with like the timing and shit. But no, I have no issues with James. James is a really cool guy. James is cool. Super professional, super cool, just busy to where we couldn't make a podcast work. But no, I won't say who. It's going to cause problems. It's going to cause the type of problems that get me like a fucking personal text on my phone, It'll cause that type of problem. A personal text? Yeah, like if I was to talk about this person, they would reach out to me personally and ask why. Because I'll tell you why. Guys. This is how you know. I be standing on business. I'm thinking about business. There's people that I am not necessarily on the best terms with that they don't know I don't fuck with them. And that's because I'm not over here trying to beef. I'm not trying to argue with anybody. I'll just yap shit on my live streams, but if it's beef, it's beef. But until it's beef, it's not beef. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds kind of dumb. But if it's beef until it's beef. And when it becomes beef, it'll become beef. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not a musician. No, it's not. It is not it's not Bo. It's not Bo that I make music with. No. The only guy in the MMA sphere I hate is Jesse on Fire. Any 40-year-old man who brings up his smoking hot wife is too much. Yeah, bro. I mean, he's just one of those guys that like he wants to fill every insecurity that he has, and he wants to appeal to like the 11-year-old him, 15-year-old him that like didn't have friends or didn't have whatever to fit in. That's why he says the edgy stuff, to have people be like, look, he's the one speaking that truth. But anyways. Fuck it, he likes his wife. True, but also I get kind of annoyed when people go, my bitch is so hot, bro. Like, it's the same thing. You guys, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I feel like dudes don't really go into like graphic detail about their like personal lives with their chick. You know? At least I don't. Like, fucking, I'm not like, I say good things about my girlfriend and all that, but like, I'm not like some guys, bro. I'll be like at the gym and some guys are like giving graphic details about their fucking, about their intimacy with their girlfriend. I'm like, bro, that's just weird. Keep that between y'all. Maybe that's just me, though. Maybe that's just me, because I just had a conversation at the gym the other day. It was like, bro, my girl, she was doing this. And I was like, whoa, bro. We don't know each other that well. Relax. It's disrespectful as hell to his wife, the shit Jesse says. Oh, I mean, I don't watch his channel, so I don't fully know. But hold on. Shout out Submission Radio, though, because I'm over here like, oh, shit, I might book this guy. Because one of the guys that pulled Rajah Jackson off of Psycho Stu did an interview with Submission Radio. Do you guys want to see me talk to one of the wrestlers that pulled Rajah Jackson off of Psycho Stu? You guys want to see that shit? Yeah, okay. Sounds good. We got two wrestlers I can talk to. One of them's called Doomsday, and he's like one of the side people, but then there's also Doug the Epic Mallow, who's like the dude that headbutted him and shit. Do it before the algorithm ends this. Talk to Freeze. Who's Freeze? Who the hell's Freeze? Who the hell is Freeze? I'm looking at this guy. I'm looking at this dude. Hold on. Let me. Oh shit! Sorry, I hit the fucking break screen again. I'm trying to fucking do this guy, the blue face paint guy. No, it's this guy, right? Bro, Freeze was trying to fight Rajah outside. Okay, I got to reach out to these guys, and I got to go to the gym, and fucking I just got... Anyways, I got somebody at the house that's got to work on some shit, so I'm going to hop off. But, yeah, guys, I'm going to reach out, try to get some interviews with this Rajah shit because, oh, fuck, man, I did not want to hop off yet. But, okay, hey, Arturo, I'm going to DM you on IG. We're going to get some interviews going. All right, guys. Fuck. Damn, we got somebody here to work on the house. Rats. Okay. All right, cool. Guys, I'm going to stream more often. This was fun. Check DM in about an hour. I got you. For sure, bro. And Arturo, I know you'd be watching wrestling and shit, so it'd be a nice, crossing of worlds to talk to some wrestlers as well about the incident. But anyways, all right, guys. Thank you for watching. Sorry to cut this short, but I'll talk to you guys real soon. I'll probably stream in some form tomorrow morning, and we'll be back to it, okay? I got more time on my plate. Like, subscribe, go watch that Fighting Nerds video. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys next time.